So what am I talking about this morning? I just want to talk about breaking stereotypes, right? People always say things like this to me. Kaykay, how can you do tech and you're in education? You're in management consulting. You're in finance. What's your business? If you can't be all those things, then good for you. But I can be those things and I do them well. And so if you're here in the room with me this morning and you are that person, right? People are always telling you, how can you do this? How can you do this? And because of that, you know the really hard and really annoying thing about it, you then begin to limit yourself, right? Because people's limiting beliefs are projecting on you. Say no to it. That's why I'm here for you today. I'm here to tell you to say no to it. Break that box, burn it, throw it away. It's not your box. It's not your box, right? Don't accept it. Don't accept to be in that box. For years, many years, people would always say that to me, and I would have to start explaining myself. And I'm just tired of explaining myself. If you don't understand the fact that there are people in this world who can be really good at financial management, as in damn good, who can also be really good at creating websites. Yes, they're good at digital strategy. They're good at branding strategy. And they're really good educators as well. Yeah, and it's not just about running a school. It's actually being in the classroom, teaching and working with students. And yes, they can also teach teachers how to teach. Guess what they can also be really good at? Social media. They can also be really good at coaching people, life coaching. Yes, then you know what? You need to expand your horizon. And so those of us on this live, or if you're going to watch it later, and you've been that person who's been put in a box, right? You can't do this and this and this and this. You can. Yes, you can. And don't let anybody make you feel different. But sometimes it's really annoying. And I think it's the part about me having to explain myself that really tires me, right? I was talking with somebody off Instagram, and the person said to me, are you able to focus? And I said, yes, I am able to focus. Have you ever given me a job to do and I didn't do it well? I can focus. It's not about that. It's about you getting what you need, right? If you can't do it, that's why you need people like me in your life. You know, so that's what this is about. I mean, here I am working. Let me flip my camera so that you can see. I'm actually creating content, and that's something that I love to do as well. I love to create content, and that's it. So I'm on my dining, right? Yeah. So that's me creating content, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with me being 1,000,001 things, right? That's me. Yeah, and I can still laugh and really have a lot of fun with friends and just groove. So I just want to give some feedback, right? If you're that person who can do many different things, the word is you're multi-potential, right? You have multiple potentials. What I would say to you is refine them, okay? Refine them. Feel really free to refine them, okay? Write a list of all the things that you can do. You can write it by subject area. You can write it by industry. So what I do, for example, is because I know that I can do all of these many different things in different industries. I can do them in education. I can do them, honestly, many different industries. Because guess what? If you have a business, then you need the kind of skills that I need, that I have. I beg your pardon, right? And so you really should be very thankful to have people like me on your team, because you don't pay, you won't pay a lot of money. With my skills, I'll do many things for you, and you only pay like 1 or 1.5, so you really should be very excited about that, right? Something that I would say to you is write a list of all the things that you can do. Why? To be great and really great and stand out, you must come from a place of self-awareness, right? So you must be really aware of yourself as an individual, right? Yeah. So that's really important. So write a list of all these amazing things that you can do, and then circle your top ones, the ones you love to do. Okay, so all the things you can do, write them down. The ones you love, as in, if I say spring swim academy, what are the things you love to do? You would wake up and you would call these things the first 3 things. Write them down. Okay, write all of them down and then circle the ones that you really love to do. And there's nothing wrong with you loving more than one. Actually, there's nothing wrong with you loving 10. If you have like 20 things that you can do, no problem. Circle the things that you really love to do, right? And then move those things that you really love to do into a space where you can then put them into industries. Okay, so for example, I love to teach. I love to teach. Oh, wake me up and say, Kaykay, somebody's struggling with this thing. I'll sit down and I'll start giving you strategies of what to do. I'll break it down for you. I'll say, I love it. I absolutely love to do that. So that's something I know that I love to do. Now, what are the things I love to teach? I love to teach people about HR. I love to teach people about financial management in their schools. I love to teach people about confidence. I love it, right? I love to teach people about having really supportive work environment. So HR, talent management, I love to teach about that. Of course, I love to teach about education, right? How do you ensure learning is happening in the classroom? How do you ensure that the students in your classroom can connect with you? I love to teach about that. So that's under teaching. So I've taken that one skill that I have, which is teaching, right? And I've broken it down into different things that I love to do with teaching. So that's something that I would do with one skill. Another thing that I love to do is coaching, right? So coaching who is then the question. So I'll take coaching again and I'll break it apart. So I like to coach people who want to go into business and they're not sure what sort of business they want to do, right? So I would sit down and give you clarity. I love to do that. I love to coach people who want to break up their skills and make a bit more money from those skills. I love those types of coaching. Again, when it comes to confidence and kicking out imposter syndrome and just tearing away those limiting beliefs, I like coaching people in that regard as well. I love to coach people again in the education space. How do you teach? How do you become that teacher? I like to coach people in that regard. School leaders as well, I like to coach them. So that's under coaching. And coaching is really different from teaching, right? So that's something that I would like to do as well. What else do I like to do? I love technology. Yeah. So under technology, I would love to help people with so what am I trying to do? I'm trying to teach you, if you are that person that has many different skills, how do you break them apart and how do you begin to be more self-aware about the skills that you have and how you can use them? So that's what I'm explaining this morning, right? If you came in late, you can catch the replay and watch it from the beginning. I started by griping. I had a gripe session, right? Because people always say things like, "Oh, Kaykay, you do so many different things. How are you able to manage?" And in my head, I'm like, "What's your business with how I can manage? It's not me that is doing the managing." Have you ever asked me to do something and I didn't do it? Or have I come to complain to you about something? No, I haven't. And if I have, then maybe that's because I trust you enough, right? So stuff like that. So I really so that's what this is about, right? So for those people who have many different skills and you're not sure how to go about using all those skills, I made a post on my Instagram page yesterday. And why I made that post was because I guess I was just tired of explaining myself, explaining the fact that I'm good at many things. I am, and I don't have to explain myself to you and explain why I am good at many different things. I just don't have to. I'm like my father, Jehovah. He's great at many things. He said, "Let there be light." That's electrical, right? He's a botanist who created the fishes of the sea. That's him. He's a linguist. Do you remember Tower of Babel? What did he do? He confounded their languages and scattered it, made many different languages that didn't exist. That's a linguist. That's my father. Right? He's a gardener. Did you listen to the Garden of Eden and how he tended it? That's him, right? And how about finances? Hi, he's a cattle rearer. The cattle upon 1,000 hills belong to who? Jehovah, right? So why can't I be like my father? Why do I have to be like you? I don't have to be. Not you guys. You guys, I know you guys are amazing, but I don't have to be, right? I can be anything and in many different ways, and that's okay. All right, and so that's what I'm talking about this morning. So if you're that person who has all these skills as well, and people are questioning you, why should you do this? Why you stay with one thing? No, I'm telling you again, don't stay with one thing. If you can do 10, do 10. All right, so what I was, the process, where I was is telling people, if you can do all of these things, list all the things that you can do out, right? And then kind of circle or list out on another sheet of paper the things you love doing. So you can do many different things, but what are the things that you absolutely love doing? Write out the things that you love doing. What do you want to do? You want to be a little intentional about these things that you love doing so that you can really develop yourself in those areas. Okay, so that's why that's what this is about this morning. So I'm sure some of you came in when I was talking about that, right? So write out all your skills, write out the ones that you really absolutely love doing, and then begin to move them into different places. And that's what I was talking about earlier, right? So I was talking about, I used coaching, for example, for an example, and I said, oh, I love to coach, but I love to coach in many different areas, right? I love to coach in financial management, in school management, in startup business, in business performance. Yeah, I love to coach. Business strategy for startups, I love to coach in that area. Customer services metrics, customer services for business retention, customer services for as client acquisition. So all of those things, I love to coach in those areas as well, right? But but it doesn't necessarily mean that you like it, but that's me. Okay, so list it out. And of course, if you also have skills like you can make hair, write it out. Because guess what? All of these skills that you have are things that you can monetize. And sometimes it's not even about monetization, because money is not the end of life. Money is not the beginning, it's not the end of life. Okay, so sometimes it's not about that. It's about the amount of value that you can add to the people you connect with. All right, that's why my page on Instagram is like a beehive of activity, because of all this, because of my skill sets. Right, and that's why you come on my page and everybody can find something to connect with on that page. Okay, so that's what this is about. So once again, don't let people put you in a box. Okay, it's not your box. Burn it, tear it, throw it away. If you are many things and you can do many things, be happy with yourself. Be at peace with yourself. Come from a place of self-awareness and begin to ask yourself, how can I explore all these things that I love to do? How can I put a structure, a framework around them? Why? Such that you can be really good at them. Okay, really good at them. That's why when I get into conversations, people wonder, how did you manage it? It's because I'm intentional about the things that I can do and the things that I love to do. Okay, so that's what this is about, and I was hoping somebody would hop on with me. Come on, guys, who is here? Let's do a live together. Come on, come on, come on. Let's do a live together. It will be great to have you guys on here with me. I want to try something since I'm amongst friends. I've never tried it before, but I want to try it, and let's see how that's going to work out. Oh, I've never done this before, guys. Okay, so this is something else that I do, but I love this. I've never done it before. Oh, that's so amazing. Really amazing. Okay, so back. I just had to try it because I've never done it before. Right, so who wants to come live with me? Come on, let's do this live together. So I'm not talking to myself. Or I'll end the live and go and I'll go and continue my content creation, because yes, I have content creation blocks, and that's something you should do as well. It actually helps you manage your business, but I'm not going to talk about that today. Let's do a new live about content creation. Okay, so we'll do maybe tomorrow. Let's do a live tomorrow about content creation. I'll create a flyer and I'll put it up. Let's just talk content creation. Let's talk Instagram for business, right? And let's just see how we can do use Instagram more intentionally for our businesses. Yes, you and me both. I'm learning from you. You're going to learn from me, and we all learn together, right? And if you want to come on live, please, come on. Let's have a conversation about breaking stereotypes, right? So let me put the topic so that people can. Breaking how do you spell stereotypes? Yes, I'm a teacher. It doesn't mean I know how to type. I know how to spell everything in the world. I don't. Right? If I made a mistake, please, you should just love me like that. Yeah, so we're talking about breaking stereotypes, and that's what we've been talking about for, I think, about 11 minutes or thereabouts now. Yeah, I'm not sure. So yeah, if you want to come on live with me, please click the hand icon and let's just come live together, right? Let's talk about breaking stereotypes. Yes, when people feel that you have to be a certain way, you don't have to be. Okay, so let me tell you guys about something else that I love to do, and it's okay that I love to be that way. It's okay that I am all these many different things. That's me. That's just Kaykay, right? It's just me, right? You don't have to be that way. One thing I love to do as well is making hair. Oh my goodness, guys, when I was in the university, my father was a lecturer, so there was not plenty money in the hand. Not plenty money at all. You guys like that picture? That was my birthday, one of my birthday gifts from the members of the team. I love it. So I had to put it because I usually walk. So this is my dining area. Crazy dining area. I'm sure you've seen it in my pictures, in some of my pictures. Yeah, so I like to pose and take that pictures. Yeah. So anyway, so that's something that yeah. So I was talking about making hair. See, I digressed and I forgot. So I love to make hair, and when I was in uni, there wasn't a lot of money, right? And so once my dad has given you your regular pocket money, and I stayed at home because I went to Uniben. Yeah, so I schooled in Uniben, and so I stayed at home because my dad was a lecturer, so we lived on the university campus. So even money for bikes, you didn't used to really get money for bike because the school was not far from my house. And used to do exercise every morning, just walk to school, walk back in the evening. Which money for what? Come on, go to school. You know, it was like my sister. So my junior sister went to Ife. So she, of course, she will get pocket money going to Ife. Okay, but me, man, you dey house. Which kind of money, extra money you dey find? And then leave that thing. So of course I started, I'm loving all these hearts that you guys are sending to me. Come live, Brooks book, come live, come and talk about yourself. Laulu Express, Michael, my CH brother, Kasi Uche, guys, you guys come live. Come on, click it and come on live. Let's have a conversation, right? So back to my hair making. So I used to, I used to make the hair. I used to make my own hair, make my sister's hair, my cousins and all that. But man, as babe was getting older and you know, you want to be a monk now, so you have to buy clothes, you have to buy shoes, you have to buy stuffs, right? So I have to go looking for where I'll make extra money, and I could not go and following man, so I have to look for where I'll make extra money. And so hell, I started to make hair, and it was so interesting, right? And I would make quite a bit of money, so I can braid, I can fix weave on, I can do regular weaving, I can do styling, I can. If I tongue your hair for you, you'll be like, ha. Wow, woo, yeah, that's KK, right? And that's the thing. So there are many different things that I can do, and that's just one thing. Highlight foundation, so that's one thing that I can do, right? And so it's okay for me to be able to do that one thing. And none of you, I'm sure not a lot of you knew that I could do that, right? But I can do that. And then now let's talk another thing that it is that I can do. So what are we, if you're just coming in, we're talking about breaking stereotypes. Those stereotypes that say you have to be one thing, you have to be a certain way. You only have to be able to have one particular skill set, you know. You only have to be able to work within one particular industry. So I'm here to just bust that myth and say you don't have to. You can honestly be anything you want to be, but you have to be ready to do the work. You must be ready to do the work. You can be anything, you can do anything, but be ready to do the work because it's going to cost you quite a bit. So I was saying to my staff, I think it was yesterday on we have a staff chat. Somebody was like, oh, hi guys, because we're on holiday right now. So one of the staff said, hi guys, how are you all doing? And I said, man, I'm not doing well. I haven't been able to sleep very well, you know. I've been having a problem with my sleep. And then they were giving me tips and strategies on how to sleep and all that, you know. But that's it. And that comes from the fact that I'm doing quite a bit. So there are days where I shut down. I don't even do anything, right? And that's because I know how to control myself. So that's the next level. Once you've listed out those skills, you've written out, my husband is having a conversation in our life. I don't even understand what that is about. People should come and warn him. You know. So once you've listed out those skills, you circle the skills that you want to do. The next level is then saying to yourself, these ones that I want to do, how can I develop? Please, you are in my live show. These ones that I love to do, these ones that I love to do, how can I really be good at them? So hair making is not something that I knew I was going to take very far. So of course I didn't spend a lot of time on hair making. No, for example, I don't know how to make a wig. I can style it, I can make it work, but I don't necessarily need to know how to make it because I'm not going to take it far. Okay, and that's some of the mistakes that people make. So because I'm a management consultant, because I'm a coach, so some of these other skills, I needed to go and do an extra work on myself for them. For example, I'm taking a course right now, you know. So that's another thing. I'm constantly learning, I'm constantly reading. It's a certificate course for some of these things that I want to do. So when you have many skills like that, you need to determine which of these skills do I want to extend, do I want to take further. When you determine the ones you want to take further, what you can then do is to build it, is to develop it. Spend time developing the skills that you have, such that when you walk into a room, you might not be the smartest person in the room, but you're not the dullest. Do you agree? If you agree, can I see a thumbs up? Who is here? Or am I talking to myself? Hi, Wale. So if you do that, like I said, you may not be the smartest person in the room, and you really shouldn't be the smartest person in the room all the time, because it means that you're hanging out with people that are mediocre, right? They can't really pull you up in any way. Except, of course, even if you are the one coaching them, even if you're the one teaching them, you can't be the smartest in the room across all the areas. No, there's some things that you should always be able to learn from somebody. Okay, if not, then your ego is getting too big. We're gonna pop it with a pen. Yeah, so that's it. Don't be the smartest in the room. Learn from people. Try and connect with people that actually make you a better person, so that every single time you're in a conversation, you're learning something new. You shouldn't be having conversations, thank you, from the 90s. You shouldn't be having conversations that you're not learning anything from. I think that's absolute stupid, right? You're wasting your time, wasting your brain space, wasting your ear and eye space. How can you be having a conversation and you're not learning anything from it? What's that? Life is too short to be wasting time on stuff like that, right? Okay, so surround yourself with people that can a subject matter expertise in different areas. For example, there's some spaces I go to, and what I know about financial management might take a back seat. When you're talking about taxation and elements of taxation, I know the very basic levels of taxation and elements of taxation. So when I go into that room where taxation is the main topic, I can contribute to the conversation, but I cannot contribute as a subject matter expert, because I am not a subject matter expert for taxation. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. But then when you walk into the space of education, for example, bring it from anywhere. And we enter here. What? We are inside, we died here together. Yes, we died here. Right? And that has to do mostly when you get to the space of learning, the space of assessment. I'm a certified assessment lead. So when you're talking about assessments, I can wrap you around, turn you upside down, put you inside a hole, bring you out, give you a bath, dress you up, put perfume on your body and send you home. When it comes to assessments, I'm that good at it, and I know that I am that good at it. And that's why, even in terms of audits, so I can walk in and do a task audit. I can walk in and do a work audit. I can walk in and audit anything, because I'm versed in assessments, and the principles of assessments kind of transcend industry. So it's not just in the classroom. Okay, so this is KK rambling. I've just been gisting with you guys. So let me go and do my work. Okay, so let's do a date. Let's have a date. We would have a date and we'll come and talk about content creation strategies, all right? And then you guys will bring questions you have about content creation, questions you have about using Instagram for business, questions that you have about even running an ad. Should I run an ad about this thing, or should I just go and be commenting on people's pages to drag them to my page? So questions like that, we'll talk about it on the day we're going to talk about content creation, right? And so much fun. Thank you. I like life is too short. We should be having fun with each other, right? You guys come live now from the 90s. Why don't you want to come live? I think I know why you don't want to come live, but the other people don't know. So let me not talk about you here. Chris and kids, do you want to come live? Do you guys want to come up? Let's just have a conversation. But if not, I'm going to be ending this soon because I finished rambling. And you guys were so much fun. You guys listened to me. But remember, you can be many different things. I'm going to say it, and I'm saying it with a straight face. If you have skills in many different areas, celebrate them. Celebrate the skills. Oh, from Clubhouse. Oh, that's for me. Oh. It's good to see you here again. Oh, that's fabulous, right? If you have skills in many different areas, celebrate your skills. Celebrate your skills, because guess what? There are many people in the same room with you who want to be you, who want to have the skills that you have. So if you are then that person that has all these skills and you're hiding it, guess what? That person who is waiting for you to go forward so they can line up very quickly behind you will never be able to do that. So I celebrate my skills. I celebrate all the different things that I can do, because I can do them. And like I said, I'm like Abba Father. Yes, his name is Jehovah. He's the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. He can do anything and everything. Let there be light. There was light. Put the clouds. He was able to hang the clouds. He told the ocean, stay there. Do you understand? He talked about the cattle on a thousand hills being his. Do you get what I mean? He's an inspirator. He so inspired, what's my guy's name? Abraham. He was going to go and kill Isaac, his only son. Do you understand? And then he told him, stop. He's a solution provider. So that's my father. So why can't I be like him? I'm like him. So that's it, right? You guys remember that. Don't ever forget it, that you are amazing. You can do anything that you put your heart to do. And don't let anybody tell you different, okay? What you just need to do, as I said, write them down, determine the ones you want to move really far with. For example, like I said, I could do hair, but I'm not really doing anything with my hair making except to what? Help my, do my daughter's hair when she allows me to make her hair, right? And of course, make my own hair, right? But other skills, for example, financial management, coaching, teaching, all of those other skills, Instagram for business, success coaching, killing imposter syndrome coaching. I can do those things, and I've gone further with them. Assessments, I've done them. I've done something extra, right? I've developed myself a bit more in those areas. So that's why I say write them down and write out the ones you absolutely love doing. And in doing that, you can then begin to see which are the ones. Oh yeah, exactly. Thank you, Omobola. That's one of my clients for website design. You're just amazing. Yeah, I build websites as well. I do digital media strategy. Yeah, I do brand strategy as well. If you're confused about what you want to do and how you want to do it, talk to Kiki. She'll straighten you out. So that's me, and I celebrate all those skills. And I celebrate you for the skills that you have. Don't be afraid to talk about the things that you can do. Don't be afraid to let your Instagram page explode. Don't make it be like a gallery where it's just pictures, it's just plainness, it's just gray colors. No, you're colorful, you're amazing, and you need to let the world know who you are. God bless you, and I'll catch you on our content creation class. Yes, we're gonna do this. Yeah, thanks, Chris and Kids. We will do the content creation class, Instagram for business. I will do a flyer. I was saying to everybody before you guys came in that I was actually creating content, and then I'm like, damn, I can do some good stuff. Let's talk about this. and I came on here to talk about that. Yeah, so I'll see you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you too. Bye.